Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Simply BI. My name is Harshit and today we are going to understand about the date and time DAX functions in Power BI. In the part 1 of the video, we saw few of the DAX functions, few of the date and time DAX functions like calendar, calendar auto, and many more. So in this video, we are going to understand about the remaining date and time DAX function. So let us start, So we are going to start with Edate and Eomonth DAX functions in Power BI. Okay, so let us understand. So what does this Edate and Eomonth DAX function generally mean in Power BI? So let's say that I have the EMI date as 1st of January 2024. Okay, and let's say that if I want to know my next EMI date after 2 months, so it would be 1st of March 2024. Okay. Similarly, let's say I have another EMI date of 4th of May 2024, and let's say I want to know the next EMI date, which would be again 4th of June 2024. Okay. So for this thing, we use the edate DAX function, right? So what does this edate DAX function do? So edate DAX function, it returns the date that is indicated number of months before or after the start date. Okay. So let us understand this in Power BI. Edate. So what does this edate generally do is, let's understand this. So you can see here, I have this order date over here and I have this edate over here. Okay. So the order date you can see is 1st of January 2017 and the edate here is, let's say, 1st of March 2017. So let us understand like what is the DAX query we have written for this. Okay. So I'll just go to this edate over here and I'll just click on double click. Okay. So what I did here was I entered the edate over here. Okay. This is the name of my column. Then I entered the edate function name. And then there are two things we need to pass. First is the start date. So I have start date is my order date only. So I've entered order date and then we have to pass the number of months as the parameter. So here I have passed 2 as the parameter. So now it is giving me the e date after 2 months over here, right? Great. This was about the e date. Now, same thing, very easy. Let's see about the Eomonth as well. So when we talk about the Eomonth DAX function, so what does it generally do? Okay, so Eomonth DAX function, it returns the date in a date time format of the last day of the month. Okay, before or after we have specified the number of months. For example, let's say that our start date is 1st of January 2024 and the number of months I have passed is 2. So what this Eomonth will do, it will give me the last day of the number of month I have passed. Let's say I have passed 2 months. So it will give me the last date of March month, which is 31st of March 2024. Same thing, 4th of May 2024, I have passed up month parameter as 1. So it is giving me the last day of June, that is 30 June 2024. So let's see this in Power BI as well. Okay. So for this Eomonth, what is the DAX function I have written? So you can see that I have written the name of the column as Eomonth. Okay. Then I have written the Eomonth DAX function. Then in this we need to enter the after you have written the function, you need to enter the start date. So again, my start date is the order date, and then I have entered 2 as the month parameter. So now you can see here that the 1st of January 2017, 2017, and the Eomonth is 31st of March 2020, 1st of March 2017, right? So this way, this is how the Eomonth and edate function, DAX function works in Power BI. Okay, great. Now let us move ahead and understand the concept of year fraction. Okay, what does this mean? So when we talk about this year fraction over here, so basically it has a very easy syntax. What you need to do, you need to pass the start date, you need to pass the end date, and then you have to pass the basis. Okay, let's understand what this basis is. So basis, it is very optional. You can pass or you cannot pass. It's up to you. Okay. So it is the type of the day count basis to use. Okay. So let's say I have this mobile over here and total I have 7 mobile. So I have one mobile. Okay. So what does this year fraction is doing? It is generally giving me the value in the form of a fraction. So I have 1 out of the 7 mobiles, and then you have 6 out of the 7 mobiles, right? So basically what we need to understand here is that this year fraction function, it calculates the fraction of the year represented by the number of whole days between two dates. Okay, so let us understand this in Power BI. Now when we talk about the year fraction, okay, so let's say I have the order date and I have the ship date. Now I want the year fraction between these two dates, okay, that is the order date and the ship date. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a column, okay, and I'm going to name that column as year frac, okay, and here I'm going to use the year fraction DAX function, okay. I'll just select this. Then I have to enter the start date. So I'll enter the start date as the order date. And then I'll end the end date. End date is my ship date. Okay. Sorry, I did not put the comma and ship date. Great. So we are not using the basis as of now. Okay. It is completely optional to use. And then I click on enter. So now you can see a year fraction column has been created. Now I'll simply drag and drop this to here so that we can visualize this. Okay, so now you can see it is giving me the sum, but I don't want the sum of this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just click on don't summarize over here. Okay, so now you can see the value of this fraction over here. Okay, this is the year fraction DAX function in Power BI. Great. Now let us understand about the few more DAX functions. Okay, like we'll be seeing about the day, month, year, weekday, week number, okay, network weeks. Okay, so let's understand about that. So now I have this order date column in my table, and now I want the day. What does the day function do? So let's understand the day function first. So when you see the day function, it returns the day of the month. Okay, let's say it is 2nd of January, so it will return 2. Okay, so let's understand this and how does this in works in Power BI. So now very easy, I'll just create a new column for day. Okay, new column, and I'll write day as my column name, and I will use the day function. So write day over here, and then you need to select the date. So my date is from order date table, order date column. Click on enter. Okay. Okay, so I have already created one DAX measure on this, so I'll just rename it as day one. Okay, great. So a day one measure has been created, and now we will just drag and drop this over here. Okay, let me just minimize this a bit. Okay, it is taking the sum. We don't want the sum. So you can see that I have the day over here, right? This is 1st of January 2017. So day is 1. Here you can see it is 24th of January 2017. So day is 24. Great. Very easy. Now let us understand the same thing. If we want the month count, like which month it is. So very easy again. We'll just create a new column. We'll name this column as month over here. And then we will write the month function, and we will enter the date, that is the order date. Okay, great. And then click on enter. A month column has been created. Drag and drop it over here. It is taking the sum. We don't want the sum of this, so we'll just click on don't summarize. Okay, so it is giving me the months. Okay, you can see this is all January month. So it is January. Now it is giving me February, March, April, and so on. Okay, this is how the month function works in Power BI. Same thing. Now, if you want the year, so what you are going to do, again, right click on the data and then click on new column. This time we will name it as year because we want the year from it. So we'll use the year DAX function. Just right click on this and again the order date. Okay. This will give you the year. Now drag and drop this year, whatever we have created over here. And I don't want the sum of it. So I'll just click on don't summarize. Okay, so you can see that it is giving us the value of the year. Okay, last 4 digit. Great. Now, let us understand the same thing on the weekday and week number function. So what we are going to do, again, click on the new column, and this is the weekday. So what does this weekday DAX function do? So this weekday DAX function, it returns you the day of the week. Okay, so date we will enter as order date. Okay, great. Then we'll close this. A DAX function has been created weekday, and then drag and drop it over here. It is again taking the sum. I don't want the sum. Great. So you can see that it is giving me the weekday of the order date. Okay. Same way, if I want the week number as well, so I'll again create a new column for the week number. Okay, it will give you the count of the week number. Week number. Over here, we will use the week number DAX function, and then we have the order date. Okay, close. Great. So here we are just going to drag and drop this week number function. Again, don't summarize this. Great. So this is giving you the count of the week. Okay, based on the order date. Okay. So we saw few of the DAX functions, like we saw the order date, day DAX function, Edate, Eomonth. Okay. We saw about weekday as well. We saw about the week number. We saw about the year. We saw about the year fraction. Okay. And let's understand about the network days. So what does this network days DAX function do? Okay, it returns the number of whole work days between the 2 days. Okay, so what does this mean is, let's say that I have a order date column and I have a ship date column. So what does this network days will return me? It will give me the total number of whole work days between the 2 dates. That is the order date and the ship date, right? Great. Now let's move ahead. So now we are going to understand about the UTC now versus the UTC today DAX function. So let's create a measure first. Okay. So what does this UTC now and UTC DAX function do? So first we'll create a UTC now DAX measure equals to UTC now over here and click on enter. Now I want to visualize this. So I'll take up a card over here and then I'll visualize this. Okay. So UTC now. Okay, so you can see here that UTC now is giving me the today's date over here and the time of the day. Okay, now if I want to create a UTC today DAX measure, so what does it do? Okay, so I'll create a UTC today and then I'll click on enter. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to visualize this with the help of a card over here, so that it is easier for us to understand. Okay, so now I'll just drag and drop this UTC today. Okay, so that's a very easy thing to understand. UTC today just gives the today's date over here, that is 24th of February 2024, while the UTC now, it generally returns the time as well. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the UTC now and UTC today DAX functions. Okay, so we have covered these two as well. Okay, now same thing with this, we have covered with this hour, minute, okay, and month date function. Month also we have covered. Okay, so here only, if you want to see, let's understand the month as well. Okay, month we have already covered, so you understood the month as well. Now what is left? Okay, same thing. Okay, quarter is left. So very easy, if you want to know which quarter of the date it is, so again right click on this, create a new column over here, and then write the quarter. Okay, here it is very easy. It will give us the which quarter of the year it is. Okay, So we have the order date over here. Great. Enter it. A column has been created. Drag and drop it over here and don't summarize this. Okay, so this is the quarter one, this is the quarter two, and so on. Okay, so mostly these are all the important DAX functions in date and time DAX category, which you would be using in your day-to-day operations while you are using performing data analysis in Power BI. Okay, so I hope the concept of date and time DAX functions is clear to everyone. If you have any doubts, if you have any questions, please post your doubts and questions in the comment section. I'll try to take that up. Okay. So that's it for this video. Like and subscribe for more.